390 Wagon Master here. All right, quick video. My new President Washington. Radio works great, by the way, but I want to put a fan kit on, and as I understand it currently, fan kits are not available everywhere. They're kind of slow to get into the hands of the consumer. So instead of waiting, which I don't really need a fan kit. Side note, I've had this up to 176 degrees several times, and it's just fine. But I'm going to throw a fan kit on here anyway, and I can't wait. So we're gonna do a little modification here. I picked up these high quality fans on Amazon. I'll leave these links down below. And anyway, they have a little micro type plug on them, but this plug is actually too big for the plugs on the President. So what I did is I took my little dental tool, and you push the little prongs down, and then these plugs will pull right out. Okay, so I'm going to put a little heat shrink sleeve on this. I think this is like 5/64 or something. So I'm just going to slide these little pieces of heat shrink on there. Then I'll take my needle nose and insert them down in here. All the holes line up, they fit perfect, and we should be good to go. So we'll get started on that. All right, so I'll show you how I'm going to do this, and I hope we're all in frame here. So first of all, let's get the bubbles glasses on. All right, so I'm going to pick these little pins out of here. I just use a little dental pick, and they're pretty easy. We did a lot of this stuff in the old car alarm days. So just push those little pins down, and she should slide right out. Come on. Let's get the right side here. There we go. All right. Then take your pick, and maybe sometimes, like if you push too hard, like I just kind of did, we're going to want to take that pick and just push that little tab back in a little bit. And we still want it to fit tight on the little pins here that are down in here. And what we're going to do is take this heat shrink and put over it, and I just push it down until it stops, and then bring it back up a little bit just for a little extra protection. You don't really want any of this stuff showing. Honey's making noise back there. She wants to help. And then just hit it with the heat gun or cigarette lighter, whatever you have. They're all shrunk up there. And then what I do is I will just take this, and it's all marked on the board there, which is positive and negative. And what I do is, like, there's kind of like this end that sticks out a little bit, which would be like the top of the plug. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that facing this way, and that just buys me some extra room in that plug because it's kind of a tight fit. So I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of a tinkerer. And if you're not a tinkerer, then maybe don't do this. Just wait till they get the fans in. But I don't have patience for that. So we're just going to put those down in there. If you're not too sure if they are going to stay in there or not, you could always hit them a little bit with maybe some needle nose, because I couldn't get my fat finger in there. So there we go. That one's pushed down in there now. And we will push this one down in there. So understand, this is my first point of view video I've ever done, so I'm not a professional like 3 made. All right, and those are in there. And I already did this side, but we'll push those down in there a little bit more. They're not going to fall out. If you're afraid they're going to fall out, I guess you could, you know, put a little piece of, or a little spot of glue in there, but I don't think you really need to worry about that. When you put the lid on, it's going to hold them actually from coming out. Now, President has given us a couple little channels here to throw the wires through. So we'll utilize those. And yeah, we'll just clean that up a little bit. And let's just kind of make that wire go like that. And we've got these holes, and this kit fits perfectly. These screws are countersunk, so they're gonna fit in there real nice. And just for the sake of time, I'm just gonna kind of do it like this. These holes, there are a couple extra holes drilled in here, which I think is pretty cool. Like if you just want to use one fan, you can just put one fan in the middle. Just one right here. And there's a set of holes here and here, and it will do that. And that's kind of cool if you only want to do one fan. Honestly, I really don't think you really, I don't know, I honestly don't think it's really necessary, but I think the fan kit's pretty cool. Now the fan kit that comes with the President has some little guards on the back, and we'll see how that goes, not having those guards. And of course, never do all of your screws at the, never tighten all of your screws down until you get them all in there. Anyway, they say these are good fans. You know who they are, right? And so everybody's complaint with these fans is they're loud, but I'm not really too sure about that. Loud, to me, honestly, a loud fan means, that's a fan pushing a lot of air. So I'm okay with that. Now there's no arrow on the fan, so I'm just kind of guessing at this point. Most fans, in my experience, the open back end is intake. So that's the way we're going to want to go. We're going to want to put the printed side that way, but we'll see. And I'm not going to really cinch these down yet until I give them a little test run here. So I will cut the video, and we'll go from there. We'll get her all hooked up, and we'll go from there. Okay, so you can, through the menu, you can control at what temperature you want these things to turn on, which is pretty cool. I have my temperature gauge on here reading in Fahrenheit, and the fan temperature control is in Celsius. So we'll get that figured out. But anyway, that being said, these fans are not loud at all. Actually, I'm very happy with those. Never believe Amazon reviews. I mean, those guys are just baked. But yeah, those are not loud. Listen. That is thoroughly acceptable. And man, that's bringing that temperature down quick. That went from 110 to 89 degrees in the time it took me to pick up the camera and get filming. So I'm going to button all this up and put it back together. Okay, there you have it. We are done. This is a great little 20-minute project. So if you're a tinkerer and you don't want to wait for these fans, give this a shot. Works really well. If you'd like, it makes you feel a little bit better. You could put a little dab of hot glue in there. But when the lid presses down on here, it's going to keep these wires from moving around. This is going to go in a heavy-duty mobile environment. So I'll probably give it a little dab of that 6,000 glue. I think it's 6,000. Some guy in Europe turned me onto that. You can get it at Home Depot. And anyway, just try it. It's a little silver thing. Actually, I got it at Wally World. Anyway, so there you go. The screws in these fans fit perfectly. They're countersunk in there. They go all the way down in. They don't bottom out, so the fans are tight. You can do your wire right here. The lid will pin the wire in. And this thing's going into some heavy-duty mobile service. I'm going to take this on vacation coming up in the next week or so. And I honestly don't think those fans are loud, considering what they're accomplishing. Oh my gosh. Heck yeah. Now you could use that for a blow dryer when that thing gets hot. Anyway, there you go. It's not for the faint of hearted, I will tell you that. Like, if you're not feeling too good about tearing these little plugs apart and stuff, but I'm a compulsive tinkerer, so I got to get her done. I can't wait for the kits. So there you go. I will leave links to these fans down below. They are top quality fans for sure. The only difference is between doing it this way and having the kit is the President kit has the proper plugs, the proper size plugs, and then they have the little grill that goes on the back there. But I'm not worried about the grill. I don't really care about that. And who knows how long it's going to take for those fan kits to get out. So if you're a putterer or a tinkerer, or if you have a couple of 40 by 40 by 20 fans laying around, give it a shot. All right, please leave questions or comments down below. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. Take care, have a super fine one, and enjoy this awesome radio. Cheers.